no expert by any means, just trying to help everybody out. Like I said, I've been a mechanic for over 40 years, but it's pretty much been airplanes, helicopters, and part-time kind of work on my own vehicles. But first Humvees I've had, I drove them when I was in the Army, but haven't really messed with them since then. My era was Cuck V's and M880s, if you know what those are. But Humvee, I actually did drive a few of these while I was in the Army as well. Pretty good vehicle for what they are. I don't really have any problem with it. Any problem? You know, a lot of people badmouth them, and like I said, nothing much you can say. Is like, well, like I said, if I screw something up, I know don't get it right. You know, don't beat me up too bad. Just trying to help people out if possible. Thanks. I bought 3 of them actually. I bought both. These are 6.5 naturally aspirated, but when I got them, they said drained of all fluids. When they say drain of all fluids, believe them, because there wasn't a single drop of fluid. The only thing I had in it was brake fluid. All the wheel hubs, transmission, transfer case, each differential, every one of them was empty. So make sure you check everything, especially the wheel hubs. I never would have suspected they would have been empty. There's your wheel hub. Upper bolt at the top is where you add fluid. The lower one is where you drain it out of there. All 4 corners the exact same way. Another thing about servicing your U-joints, they all have grease zerks as well. Obviously this carrier bearing in the middle doesn't, and this one needs to be replaced. This is another U-joint in the middle. In the center has the same thing, grease zerk, and all the way in the back has a grease zerk. Here's your rear drive shaft, same thing. Right there and there. Pretty dirty. I guess I need to clean that, don't I? And then again, it's a vehicle. Like I said, this is very basic for some people and other people that, you know, this may be your first time working on a vehicle. So this oil pan, pretty big oil pan. You see how big it is there. And here's oil, where you change your oil filter while you put your oil filter. I use Wix. Next thing's your transmission. You can see it here. I have not changed the filter on this. I need to. It was empty of fluids like everything else. I had to service it up there. This on the right hand side, passenger side up there on the in the engine compartment. I got chickens in the background. It's my neighbor. Anyway, the transmission pan is going to be a kind of a pain in the ass to pull out. You got to pull the rear cross member. You got to support it. Fortunately for me, I have a pretty nice lift, so it makes life so much simpler. But if you need to, you get underneath there. It's not too bad. You can see the clearance in here. There's plenty of clearance, so you can get up underneath there. And like I said, just make sure you pull this cross member out. A bolt there, it should drop right out of there. Like I said, 2 bolts off your rear isolator. Here's your front brakes. Everybody's like, well, they're not. No, they're definitely, your brakes are not on your hubs. They're actually here and right next to the transfer case. I mean, excuse me, right next to your differential. The newer ones have the high dollar Bembro, whatever you call them, calipers. These are a little bit smaller diameter, a little rusty, but they serve their purpose. Here's your rear differential, same thing. You service it up there, drain it out here, service it. You take an Allen wrench, pull the plug out, Yeah, like I said, these were empty, completely empty, so I had to service it. Just take it, pull the plug out, get the squeeze type synthetic. I use synthetic squeeze type synthetic bottle, if you want to call them that. They're actually pretty nice. It's just a piece. It's a plastic bag you can service with. It makes life much simpler. No expert by any means, just trying to help everybody out. I said I've been a mechanic for over 40 years, but it's pretty much been airplanes, helicopters, and part-time kind of work on my own vehicles. But first Humvees I've had, I drove them when I was in the Army, but haven't really messed with them since then. My era was Cuck-Vs and M880s, if you know what those are. But Humvee, I actually did drive a few of these while I was in the Army as well. Pretty good vehicle for what they are. I don't really have any problem with it. Any problem? You know, a lot of people badmouth them, and like I said, nothing much you can say. Is like, well, like I said, if I screw something up, I know don't get it right. You know, don't beat me up too bad. Just trying to help people out if possible. Thanks.